like, hey, is everyone okay? This is a positivity and wellness check, because I just feel like there's just like a lot of drama and a lot of negativity, and none with me, but I just feel like maybe like people around me and like peers, and you know, even just people I don't know that I'm just seeing online, and it's just, is everyone okay?
Relationships, whether it be lovers, homeboys, homegirls, marriage, you name it. Relationships are in need of conflict, because conflict in most situations is the only time you find out the truth of who somebody really is. Let me say that again. Conflict normally shows us who the person you're in conflict with is. Am I a villain? Because when women tell me they love me, I introduce conflict to see who she really is? Am I bad for that? I don't think I'm bad for that. If you don't introduce conflict into the situation, you don't know who that person who is claiming to be this to you really is, especially with women. Do you think I'm finna just have you around me and go off what you say? No. You love me? Okay. Conflict on the way. Because I'm gonna see who you are under pressure. Because I know under pressure, you're gonna come out the bag and show me everything I need to see.
NBA player Jaylen Green, who just got traded recently from the Houston Rockets to the Phoenix Suns.
Obviously it's sad to leave. Obviously, it's a business though. You gotta understand that we come to this NBA. I'm just thankful that, you know, I have the opportunity to play basketball again.
We have been telling you, Jaylen, since you got with her, that you don't need to deal with her. This chick can get crazy. You just haven't seen it yet. What I have seen with other NBA players who are get into altercations with their girlfriends, they always end up getting blamed for it, and they end up suffering the consequences of that. That you better watch out. Okay, there's a different side of her that she's gonna show you.
When Draya Michele was first seen with Jaylen Green, the world had its opinion. You had the ladies who were on her side. They were like, yes, she got her a young ball player. Man, that's great. And then you had the other side who was saying, listen, he's a young guy. She's taking advantage of him, and she just really wants to use him for his money. And of course, in the industry, Draya Michele doesn't have the best reputation. I mean, just Google it.
Drove me to the club to pick up some chick. I was a chauffeur. He made me put the hat on.
The chauffeur hat?
Yeah, chauffeur hat, yeah. In front of the club. I'm in front of the club with the car like this, waiting for Gil to come out.
Honestly, these stories sound made up.
So you know a lot about him.
Yeah, I know a little something. Nah.
When I'm riding in the car, he in the back seat. I turn my head against it.
Nah.
What was you doing in that back seat, Gil? What was you doing in that back seat? We went to the show.
He in the back, dude. I'm driving. They doing whatever in the back. I'm just.
I don't know. I had 3 women back there that day, so was Draya one of them? I can't remember. Have you ever had relations with Draya? Yeah, a long time ago.
Woo! But it got kind of interesting because she did an interview with The Shade Room, and her comment to this question left a lot to be desired.
Do you want any more kids, or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person you're dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids.
Flat out, the person asked her, listen, are you interested in having more kids? The answer was yes. Now, the second follow-up question, was, do you want to be in a relationship with the person that you have more kids with right now? And the response was, hell nah. She went back to, well, I want more kids. And that automatically let you know that she didn't see a full potential with Jaylen Green, but she did see a full potential in having a kid and putting his ass on child support.
Now, this is exactly what happens when you're on a playground with children. You get caught in a sand pit, child. Now, Draya and her very young boyfriend, Jalen, are out in New York for Fashion Week, and apparently they got into some sort of scuffle on the streets. Girl, what is you doing?
Conflict. Can't let nobody declare who they are to you. They have to show you who they are to you. Conflict. That's how you find out who somebody is. Somebody say, oh, you just bringing drama. If you think that's who I am, then you don't need to be around me. I'm not one who wants drama, but I'm gonna see who you are. If you give somebody a prenup before you marry them, that's conflict. Because she, most of the time, don't want to sign no prenup. She want to act like you doing her wrong because you supposed to love her. You can't let nobody declare nothing. You got to show it. You got to go through the fire if you're going to be with a real one. I'm not finna go off what you say.
Never.
Conflict is one of my weapons that I pull out. I want to see how you react in certain situations because I don't want to see myself in court when you don't get your way after I done committed to you.
Well, that
intentionally,
that was not intentional.
Use conflict as a weapon to measure the loyalty she claims with her legs in the air. Because that's when they really claim that loyalty to you. Yeah. When they be like, you be like, yeah, girl, good. They be like, this yo. You be like, oh,
and on purpose. He's asking that question, but I'm saying, do you do it deliberately?
Greetings, you polite savages.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey guaranteed to bring the ire of modern women and harlots alike, and how they use the family court system to crush men. The only thing that we can guarantee is to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. So are you ready? Let's go.
Polite savages. All right. Is it just me, or does it seem very oddly strange that a 40-year-old Draya Michele is out here giving Jaylen Green hell? Not only did she baby trap on already one kid, but she's trying to throw fists, trying to make Jaylen grow, doing her best trying to make Jaylen Green make the wrong move. Where my speculation if Draya Michele cannot get a ring on that finger? A wedding proposal. Well, what's her next move she's gonna do? She's gonna try to get young Jaylen Green to lay hands on her. But you already got so many ladies out here on social media and influencers. Is that Jaylen Green is old enough to make his own decisions? Even if you ask him the question, would you put your son in the same position with a seductress succubus like Draya Michele, putting on her best moves and performance, using the years of experience to cloud his judgment in the bedroom?
Draya had taken to her social media and posted this image of her and Jalen, I guess at some restaurant in New York. Now in these videos, she's trying to attempt to look unbothered, but I know a single mother when I see one. Because not only are you dating a child, which in that video, you seem to be the most immature one, but you also had another baby with him. And the most jarring part about that video is that he's the one walking away from whatever altercation they had, and he's telling her, or he's exclaiming to her, stop pushing me. And she's the only one being held back by her two friends. Michelle Buki, you're not fooling nobody. The only reason why you're even in the limelight now is because you stuck your hooks into a child. And all the PR in the world isn't going to convince us otherwise.
Age limit. Is there an age limit for you on dating? Is there an age you got to be this age and you can't be over that age? So is there a...
Shannon, I'm going to be honest with you. These 22-year-olds are immature for sure.
You see the situation, and I think she got more criticism than you, Draya Michele and Jaylen Green. Mm-hmm. I think her oldest son is actually the same age as Jaylen Green. You know, Jalen's grown.
One, I think to each his own, and he is a grown man.
Correct.
I think that the outrage is more so that her son was the same age.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest is 12.
Thinking about Jalen, who's like 22 or 23 or whatever, however old he is. What's his contract?
It's not chunk.
It's a pretty big one, right? It's
good. It's good. It's here $40 million.
Okay.
$40.8 million.
What are you giving a 22-year-old $40 million for? Is he equipped to handle that kind of fucking money? A whole bunch of variables in this young man's life that are very adult variables. So what's the difference between a $40 million contract and dating a 39-year-old woman that he's had
That's
this
not
massive
fair,
crush on?
man.
No, and hold on. You guys use the word predatory a lot. Maybe she's taking advantage of a situation, but how is it necessarily
The difference
predatory?
is with the money, at least with the money situation.
When he's fully invested in the situation.
Invested in the situation, you had to get to that point. He wasn't there at first.
I don't know what's happening.
You can't fully be invested with somebody when you just meet
before, and you don't be fully invested day one.
From the minute he met her, he could be like, "I'm yours." We don't know.
That could be predatory,
All
and
we're
she could
doing-
know how to spin him because he's young. Come on.
Who slid into whose DMs first?
I slid in your DM.
Thank you. Did everyone hear
That's
that?
the story I tell, anyways.
Oh, okay. I'm just, just clarifying things.
I hope you know the part of our story. I hope that part is in here too. So,
I mean, we're working on this one right now. You got that one right. That's a point for you.
What do I look and judge people for?
Their feet.
Hey, you could be pretty and all, but like the first thing I'm gonna look at is your feet, like how well put together your feet is. Like, I don't know. Maybe you could call it a foot fetish, maybe you don't.
I'm not known for having nice feet. He just happens to like mine.
He has to sit alone with that woman on a day-to-day basis and have to go ahead and make decisions for himself. Can't nobody go in there and make those decisions for him. He has to actually experience her and make a decision on whether she's being genuine or not.
Okay.
That's nothing no one else can do for him.
Mm.
When she get that alone and she starts getting in his ear, ain't no help.
These young boys watched us for a long time.
Yes.
And now they're old enough
Yes.
to pursue us and date us. And that's why they're on us like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Talk to the mic.
I stand with the fact that I don't know what a 39-year-old woman has in common with a 22-year-old man. If he doesn't think that he's being taken advantage of, preyed upon, or exploited, then who are we to have even a conversation?
Sometimes there's a 50-year-old girl with a 30-year-old boyfriend sometimes.
Okay,
Flip it.
The 40-year-old man met the 20-year-old girl. We would have a problem with that.
I would.
Melissa Ford and the hordes behind her. When you ask them what would they do if their sons or nephews were in that same position, they backpedal and do mental gymnastics with disingenuous arguments to maintain men like Jaylen Green, young men that is adult enough to make his decisions in a relationship with a notorious, from the words on the street, rumors abound that she may have been a groupie in the NBA back rooms and on the club circuit rounds, where this aged-out passer-prime predator is still trying to live that young girl influencer life, going to the New York Fashion Week party, staying hip to the scene even though when she's approaching 40. Now I'm not trying to be ageist, but she's not trying to be no fashionista, nor next stage entrepreneur. What she's attempting to do, as we all have witnessed thus far, is she's still trying to be that debutante star. There have already been many instances where she's talking like the young girls on social media, where I can't even tell if this lady is 40 or if she's still trying to be 25. But what I do know for sure is that there's so many more young guys waiting their place in line to have a crack at that the moment once Jaylen Green starts to wisen up and not get hypnotized by that ass.
The model and NBA star attended the Alice, New York Fashion Week party. Phoenix Sun star is seen provoking Draya at around 2 a.m. on Friday, September 12th. He should be in the gym working on his jump shot and his defense instead of being 2 a.m. at a party. She was trying to get at him in order to get into a physical altercation with him, a guy who's the same, basically the same age as her son. Maybe that's why they were arguing. Maybe he didn't want to be there. The season's close to approaching. He wants to work on his game and probably train. And she wants to go to New York Fashion Week. She sold fixate on getting the last word. She doesn't care that this dude has a whole career. She's trying to get over there to argue with him.
There is no way that she can defeat or beat this man up. But there she is, a 40-year-old woman trying to fight a 23-year-old young man in his prime.
It seems like Draya Michele just wants Jaylen Green to be using his proceeds from the NBA to take her all over the place. She's doing her best to still stay relevant and still try to be a socialite. We're at the expense of Jaylen Green's skills, harming his ability to play in this coming season. As we already know, or you've had it already, that he's been traded by the Houston Rockets to the Phoenix Suns. But polite savages, I got a couple questions to ask you, or maybe even 3. I think we can go for the theory that she's losing some type of control over young Jaylen Green, and to only take hold of him even further is try to get him into a domestic violence situation where she can deal him with the death blow. Take him for all he's guided child support. But I think it may be even simpler than all of this that I just proposed. What if, like savages, it's because it's all the other hoes that's shooting their shot on Jaylen Green, whether or not Draya Michele is right there where these young hoes are showing her the ultimate disrespect. But let's not forget that Jaylen Green not only has one baby mama, but actually 2. With one Maya Ikapo, or however you say her name, where around the same time, Jaylen Green has 2 kids from 2 different women within a period of 1 year.
Someone asked me, and this is what they asked me, they said, would you rather have your son date his age or older woman, right? I chose, for my son, I said, I'll rather choose an older woman. To build an empire, you need stability. You need focus. And someone the same age as my son would not actually have that. It's more of a selfish thought process. My son will be selfish and the girl will be selfish, right? They will both be in that selfish mindset. 2, they put more stability in a young person. They feel like they have more controls. Hey, don't go wild, do this. And they're gonna throw them old women or old men games on them, which keeps them more grounded, right? So I said the empire for the first 5-6 years before you're smart enough to understand what not to do, it's safer with the older woman than it is with a younger woman. Young girls, they don't care about none of that, right? All it is, you hit me, I'm telling, or this, and they're gonna f up the bag, fucking up your back.
And let me just be honest, when you're a dude and you have a lot of money, a lot of things going on for yourself, women are gonna shoot their shot almost like disrespectfully. I've heard Ayesha Curry talk about it, that she could be, at dinner, with Steph Curry, and some woman, beautiful woman, will just try to come and get his attention and just try to holler at, him in front of her face. So imagine somebody like, Jaylen Green, who's young, and then some women are sizing her up because she's 40, and you're in New York City, you're at New York Fashion Week, so the bad ones are out there. Maybe he was showing interest in another woman. Now, obviously, I believe at the same time Draya Michele was pregnant, Jaylen Green had a child with another woman, and they still kind of worked through that.
And we already know that Draya Michele, like these past their prime aged out predator hoes, is gonna be playing the long strategic game, waiting for the day for the young Jaylen Green and players like him, athletes or entertainers, or even high value men, high producers, to make the wrong move. Because these aged out past their prime predators, old succubus bedroom moves is losing its luster, where finally young men and men like Jaylen Green start to wisen up, grow a pair of balls, and put Draya Michele in her place and inside of his masculine frame. That if she still wants a place inside of his home and be the main beezy in his rotation, then she better get it together, play her position, and start to work in harmony. The other harlots and the good ones, the upstanding women willing to play and be a part of the mission, and what I like to call the new age harem.
If you wanted somebody your age, then what you should have did was be woman enough to participate as a lady who can get a man that age, all right? But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to be Draya Michele, the reality show girl, booty picking it up on Instagram. And so that's what you end up getting. You end up getting a young dude who would accept you as you are. And now that he accepts you as you are, you have a problem with that.
when you introduce them to the other women that are in the circle, they're not wise enough to be civil. They try to act like they can keep it together, but when one girl you're messing with is sitting at a table with the other girl you're messing with, and you introduce them to each other, it all goes to and I don't think it should all go to We're not 20. We're not 30. We're at an age where we should be mature enough to have a conversation and come to a determination that, okay, we can't all be at the house together, but it would save gas.
Hey, I did some.
Now, I have told people you're important to me and your place is stagnated because you think I'm supposed to jump through your obstacles to get what I deserve. But let me tell you something, ladies. If I am sleeping with you, you are supposed to be what you're supposed to be to me, not me being what you want me to be to you. You're giving me all that you have. Why not submit to your man? Because if you submit to your man, maybe you can get the results you want to get. But if you expect me to go off what you're talking about, you have a mental issue or you don't believe in nothing.
Anyway, I talked to my girl Cooley and she was like, listen, it's not your drama. You don't got to carry it on your back. And I'm like, you're right, but you still sometimes have to acknowledge things. So just want to send positive vibes out there to people and hope that everybody's doing okay.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness.